Yeah,
Just go.
well,
Just go.
let's go right into the Super Bowl, man.
Oh, damn.
I'm ready. I can't
You ready?
wait. I actually have 40-piece chicken wings defrosted right
Already? It's
now.
already.
Yeah, it's defrosted. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
marinate it.
It's Friday. Yeah, yeah. Got you.
Yeah, you got to let it marinate, and then Sunday, man, I can't wait. Um, but who is going to win this game, and who do you think is going to be the MVP of this game, man?
Ooh.
I mean, I can go if you. If
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, because I have statistic reason or an answer, and I have like a personal answer. You know what I mean? Go
yeah, I mean, just based on what the Rams upgraded at all the positions, defensive side, and also the quarterback, I think, and also OBJ as well. Just added him last couple of games. And it's funny that Cleveland couldn't get the man the ball, and he's been here for 7 games.
Who's
He's in the
fault that?
Super Bowl. I mean that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. And somehow, some reason, he's got 6 touchdowns already, and you couldn't get him the ball. A bubble screen, uh, I don't know, hand it off to him like something. You could get this man the ball.
yeah.
Anyways, I just think the Rams defense is I think the Rams defense is going to get to cool Joe Burrow. Um, he's a good young quarterback, man, and I like his style, man. I like his confidence. I like all that, man. He's got a nice running game. He's got good receivers, and I think the tight end, who's actually pretty good, he's going to be out. Um, I think Chase is a monster, but I think he's going to get double teamed. He's going to get double teamed. I don't know if they have enough to score a lot of points. Um, just that defense of the Rams scares me because I think players want 99 to win one, man. And I think he is a monster. I know sometimes you don't see it, uh, but he disrupts just just enough to throw the timing off. And a lot of people sometimes don't see that because they'll look at a stat and go, "This dude only had 1 sack." But they don't look at all the disruption, the double teams, sometimes triple, um, and that's taking players away. So I think number 99 is going to create a havoc in the backfield, simply because the Bengals, actually, Joe Burrow is the most sacked quarterback this year and last year.
Hmm.
I don't know if you know that. And then the game before, what was it? I don't know if it was the Oakland game. He had like 9. They sacked him 9 times.
The Titans game.
The Titans,
Hmm.
even though he can scramble, get out of the pocket, but he still gets sacked. I
Right.
just think the Rams will have enough uh, to control him and keep him off balance. Where I think the defense is going to prevail. Uh, I'm going to say, man, Cooper Cup is going to get the MVP. Cooper Cup is a good player, man. I know he's a little guy. People try to say, he's a slot guy, but he led
He's a
in
really good,
every category for wide
great,
receivers. He led.
borderline great player. I mean, he's been really good for a
Yeah.
long time, but this year he broke like everything. Just they put him with the right
He-
quarterback.
yeah. And like I said, every position that they made a trade for was an upgrade. And on the defense side of the ball, even adding Von Miller, OBJ, and Stafford. Yeah, I just think that defense is gonna get on Bengals. So I don't know. What do you think?
Look, I know I said personal and stats, but it's really the same thing. Like you mentioned it when they played the Titans sacked Joe Burrow 9 times, right? And that and not saying like the Titans have a pretty good, they got a good right end, right? They got a strong defensive tackle, but they don't have what the Rams have, right?
No,
The
man.
Rams are going to, I don't want to say, like they're going to cause problems. You remember last Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes was running for his life?
Yeah.
That's going to happen. Like you're going to put that defense with Floyd and Von Miller and Aaron Donald and the other guys that they got there.
Ramsey.
If if they don't sack them at least 9 times, like I'd be surprised because there's no way you're stopping them, right? So even though the Bengals have great receivers and a great running back, they can have Jesus Christ himself lining up and wide out, and he could be floating wide open. If he doesn't have time to throw that ball, it's a wrap. Like it,
But but that's
I
all it
don't.
takes is the timing. Just it doesn't have to be a sack. Just the
That's
timing.
and even if they are right, say they are the Bengals are able to hold the defense. There he is. He's chasing them. Right. I got distracted from the footage. Um, um, yeah. Even if the defense doesn't get to him a lot, guess what? The Rams, um, they got firepower. Cup,
Mhm.
Beckham, like all the cats that they got a lot of firepower on their team, right? But here's the thing: if the Rams get the ball first or get the lead in the beginning, it's a wrap. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
If they score,
Because if they score or they're up 10-0 or something like that, when Burrow now has to be throwing the ball more often, it's a wrap. Because that means the dogs, the ones we've mentioned, Floyd and Von Miller and Donald, they're gonna pin their ears back and they're gonna get after. They're gonna be like, go get them. Go get them.
hmm
We'll play zero coverage and you just go get them. And they're gonna shut them down, right? If the Bengals, if the Rams come out like they have a little flat a few times, it might be a fight. We might see a good game, right?
yeah,
Um, and then I think they'll have a chance then, right? They take the lead, they give it to Joe Mixon, they run the ball a little bit more, and then they start confusing him with a little bit of play action, a little bit of throwing here and there. That's how the Bengals will have a good chance, right? Keeping them off their balance.
yeah.
But
And
to answer the question, the Rams definitely will win. Um,
and
just
like you and like you said too, if they get the ball and they score first, essentially they're home. So
yeah, I know, right? The second year in a row, right? Like,
so that's another thing to it, man. They're home, and if they score first, that play's gonna get crazy. Um, I don't think it's gonna get to Joe Burrow too much. I think he's a cool dude, man. Like I said, I
no,
think he's a good player, but Donald is just a different beast, man. He's just different, man. So,
no,
um,
I don't want to take away from Burrow because, like I said, the dude's cool as hell. They call him Joe
yeah,
Burr because he got ice in the veins, right? Like, I
yeah,
think he's great. Their receivers, they got great young receivers, right? And I mentioned Joe Mixon, but that O line, you can't get to the Super Bowl. I'm surprised they got past the Titans, right? And I'm shocked that they got past the Chiefs, right?
yeah.
But the Chiefs didn't like to run the ball, man. That's if they had a better run game, then they'd be all right. Um,
Are we
but I
sleeping
think
on him?
on who
Bengals?
I I think there's a chance. Like I said, if it starts off with if the Rams sputter in the beginning and don't like say they get the ball, they get stopped, and then the
Yeah,
Rams get the ball. I mean the Bengals get the ball and they score and they stop them or whatever the case is. If they're in the lead, even if it's like a touchdown or a little bit, if they've got the lead, they'll have a chance. But if the Rams come out and they're not cool and calm, which they have the potential to be, I don't see it. It can get ugly fast. I'll tell you
For-
that. Like
yeah.
it could be halftime and we're just like eating wings, not watching the game. That's a possibility. But
Who's
I'm
your
hoping for a good
potential
game.
MVP?
Um, if it turns out to be like that, if it's a shootout, it's going to be Stafford. Probably Stafford, even though I think Cup's going to have a great game. It'll be
Yeah,
Stafford. If it's a blowout, I would like to see Aaron Donald not only get a chip, because I'm telling you right now, to add this piece, the last game when they played San Fran and then Aaron Donald, they were like, oh, Aaron Donald's talking to the defense. And he's like, I need this. I want this. Like
yeah.
riling them up. When a dude like that gets riled up,
He was
it
pointing to it. He's like, I need it. He was pointing to
that's
his finger.
like he doesn't need it for Hall of Fame, but he needs it for his
No.
own personal You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So it doesn't matter if it's a tight game, he's saving that speech for when he needs it. He's going to give them, I think he's going to give them initially that juice in the beginning. This is if I was Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald, if you're listening, which you're not, but I get it. Whatever. Maybe you never know. You start the first, beginning, first quarter, right before you snap, first time before you go out on defense. You tell them, hey, come out here with your heads right. We practiced. We did our thing. I've been here. I've been to the Super Bowl and I lost. Right. So I'm listening to these words that I'm telling you. Keep your head on straight. Do what we practice and get your stuff together. He's going to get them rallied up, but focused. Right. Not to do too much. Just to not make mistakes in the beginning. And then somewhere along the game, if it gets tough, he's going to be like, this is when he's going to hit him with that personal speech. Like, I need this. I want this. Do this for me. Right. And I'll take you to the championship or the promised land. And then that's when you're going to see like 12 sacks.
You're crazy.
I'm just saying. At least that's how I see it playing out in my head. You know what I mean?
Aaron Donald's like the biggest small dude I've ever seen too. It's like
I know.
It's like he's huge,
massive.
But he's like
he just doesn't look big.
Yeah,
until he stands
man.
next to you.
He's tiny but big.
I know what you're saying.
It's so weird. Even without the pads, I'm like, you could tell he's a big dude, but
you look at Myles Garrett and you're like, God dang, that's a big man. Right? But but I bet you if they stand close together, he's just built. He's got that little neck, like it's kind of, but he's huge. He's so big, he's small. It's crazy.
Exactly, man. It's weird. What if? Okay, let me just throw this out there. What if Odell Beckham, Mr. Beckham, gets an MVP? Wouldn't that be nuts, though, man?
That'd be good.
That would be crazy, man. Especially the way they dog this dude, man. Like, oh, Cleveland's not good because of him. I've always said Cleveland's not good because their quarterback. He's a terrible decision maker.
This is the thing. I don't want to get too much on a rant with this, but that's a good point that you brought up, right? There's in stories and books and like for the movie buffs and people who are into like movie writing and stuff like that, there's a natural arc that's in pretty much every movie that you watch, right? You've got the protagonist, right? That's the guy, that's the hero in the movie, right? He starts off on a journey, he goes out on a journey, and then there's a falling out or a failure and a loss. You go through a sad period, and then there's that buildup when he goes against the final boss, and then he wins and he goes off into the sunset. That's your typical arc of a story, right? Mm-hmm. And for y'all movie people, don't assassinate me for that, but like that's the gist, right? I'm giving you the wave tops. Odell Beckham has that story, right? Yeah. He came out, he was great, did that one-hand catch, and then he went with a bunch of dudes on a boat, and then they lost the championship. And
don't say it like that, man.
Then he got
why you have to throw the dudes on the boat? That has nothing to do with his
Well, it's part of the journey, right? They were on top. Listen, they were on top of the world. They did it from the looks of it. They weren't practicing. They were partying on a boat. A bunch of dudes. I didn't see one chicken. I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. I don't know. So, and then he got hurt. And then he got traded. And then he was disgruntled and they weren't treating him right. And it was all his fault. Blah, blah, blah. So bad. His arc went down, right? And then he gets traded, got new life, doing great. And they're like, see? But now he's had this personal growth, hopefully, right? Hopefully, and that he learned from that. And then he can come back and be, that veteran player in the locker room that could teach these young guys, go out there, get your shine, but do it the right way. And these are mistakes that I made that I'm teaching you to do better. And he can he could give that lesson to young players, right? But that's what we like to see. We like to see that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to see him get it though, man. Just to be like, hey, Cleveland, man, y'all missed out on this one, man. Yeah. I really think when it comes to Cleveland, I think the quarterback, he's a decent quarterback, but I think his decision making is not that good, man. Because like when you look at Tom Brady, I think to me, Tom Brady's the best thing about Tom Brady is his decision making. It's not his arm, it's his decision making. And when I look at, I can't even remember his name
Baker
now,
Mayfield.
but yeah, he kills the commercial.
Oh yeah, that's great.
He's hilarious in the commercial.
MVP.
Oh yeah, hands down, probably the best. That's
awesome.
That decision making though, man, I don't know, man. I don't believe in that guy. I think he probably gets traded.
I mean, I think for him, he's a very emotional type player, right? Yeah. Emotional players, that's good on defense, and this is my opinion, right? You got an emotional player on defense. When Aaron Donald talks to you and be like, I need this, I want this, you're gonna hit a wall, right? You're gonna go through it. Yeah, as an offensive player, you're a little bit more cerebral. Not that defense
Yeah.
isn't. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, as a quarterback, you can't be like first guy that looks open, throw the ball because he looks open, right? Oh, you
Right.
feel like the pocket's breaking out. I got to run out. You got to be like, all right, I trust that my guys are going to do it. If I step 3 inches to the right, if I give that guy 3 seconds to come across the middle, he'll open
Hmm.
up and I'll hit it up. That's a lot of thinking, while a lot of craziness is going on. So I think
Yep.
part of his problem is he's he's a little too emotional,
Yep.
emotionally like riled up. That goes for good and bad. Those players that have to like quit social media like he did because
Yeah.
people get in his head, he gets emotional, he takes it personal, and it affects his game on Sunday. Tom Brady never cared about that.
Oh no, he used it the other way. He
Right.
used it as a
Right. That Mamba
motivation.
mentality is like, oh, wait till Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Right. Oh, I'm a clown. I'm a scrub. I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
on Sunday. They hold
Oh,
it and they feed off of it. He
yeah.
doesn't do that.
Yeah. Those guys like Brady and Kobe, that doesn't take them off their game. It just intensify their
Yeah,
game time. It makes them better.
absolutely.
But yeah, I call him man Mayflower, but like I don't know.
Yeah, the emotional players, the same thing that makes you great will make you break, man. It's just situational. You got to be
Mm.
able to balance it out. And I think that's his
Well,
problem.